Good morning. My name is Kelwyn Sole. I'm coming to you from Cape Town, and I'm performing for the virtual 2020 edition of the Bridgewater International Poetry Festival. Today I'm going to do 3 new poems. Only one of them has been published in a journal, and that's the middle one, which was published in the Johannesburg Review of Books. The first of my poems is called Woodpecker. Woodpecker in the forest's vast closed cupboard raps to get out, but it can't, and the hammering caroms from bowl to bowl, from tree to tree, from ear to echo back to ear, till you are wholly trapped within the collateral declensions of its hunger. Nothing remains to twin any beat with its original, just a kaleidophone of multiplying woodpeckers afflicting wood with drum taps, whose single author's lost. You can no longer tell the woodpecker for the trees of sound, so here you stand, abashed, hoping to conjure a path out of all the ricocheting directions made possible around you, then recollect exactly where your body began to splinter, to collect the shards of yourself which are now mere detritus of the act, irretrievable, of a single thoughtless bird. The next poem I'm going to do is called The Empty Space We Call Mandela. On the waterfront, 4 statues of Nobel laureates stand in a line, a platoon. Their proportions slightly wrong, they seem not quite human, unsettling the eye of everyone, not tourists. Above wave crests, in freshening spray and wind, if you turn the other way, Robben Island still winks like a blinded eye in the socket of the bay. Disembodied not by death, but long before. Dismayed, dismaying, floating above our moral carnage. A name everyone invokes, a stance no one can credit. The empty space is called Mandela. Our empty spaces call Mandela. In London, an old poet launches his self-promoting bark of ignorance with incantations to your legacy. In Durban, a performing fallist, castigating the privileges of everyone except her own, shits on your name in a different kind of posturing. In a sense, I suppose, it was your fault. Who were you, Mandela? Impunity is the icon these days that hides behind our icons. Your party's become a bacillus that sickens everyone it touches. In the cities, among the bustle of commerce and bargained gossip, the buildings are a sad ear longing for your name. Can you ever tell us now just what to do, now that the resentments of race spittle the lips of everyone, now hatred scabs on every skin? Streams flow past mile on mile of shacks bearing poison from the mines, leaked sewage, children playing in multicolored rubbish piles, a rainbow nation of spilled oil. Our dreams dribbling out to sea with them. And all we find are tongues that lick round every hunger, creating new ones to be unhinged by. All we hear are politicians whiffling, and the only cheap things are their shots, though everyone still knows how to find the time to Mandela their features into a smile. All we see are prophets preaching charms to the color of their skin, who search for empty vessels to dump their bile inside. A land divided, a race right to the finish. Each night for hours your light quails at all our windows, too meager, too confusing to resolve into new morning. Were you ever here, Mandela? And the final poem I'm going to do is called Well You Needn't. The music hears recycled water dribbling down a cascade of plastic rocks. How can 88 keys find no way in the slightest to discover anything more disturbing than this key stuck whiteness. Black and white, yes, choose both, not one or the other. And though our knives and forks clatter in counterpoint, can't she find a dissonance more interesting than these interminable attempts to speak in harmony with me? The piano crammed in its corner maunders on, and we two stay lost somewhere in this time and place where community can only know itself as clatch. Between fake marble columns and the moors of bright carnivorous windows, our people act out their liberation around us in innuendo and gossip, with cell phones that burp and blear, anxious as cicadas in the forests of their need. The promises of politicians grease the bottom of each spoon. Civility is the same, except that most of the waitrons now wear weaves and braids. Everywhere the question is, do you buy it? But the answer, most times, just requires a price. Thank you.